We finally have a decently warm day. Washed the Civic. Engine bay is still very dirty from the winter, but check this out. We've been running stock for probably a year and a half now. I mean, completely bone stock since we took out the turbocharger, and it's been boring. Some of you guys may know I went from stock to turbocharged. I really didn't do any naturally aspirated performance mods on this engine because a lot of you guys know the R18 platform lacks performance. So the turbocharger definitely did help with the power. All around great great symphony that it created. It was super fun, but that was a crazy phase I went into with this car. But anyway, on this video we are doing something that some of you guys wanted, which is naturally aspirated performance mods. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys what we have for the vehicle here. Alright, as you guys can see, this is a Catless header for the R18. It already comes with the flanges. It also comes with the exhaust gas recirc, secondary oxygen sensor, primary oxygen sensor. The reason I got this, one, just to test out some performance, check out the sound, being Catless. I do currently have a full Civic Si 8th gen catback exhaust that we modified to fit with the factory S-pipe. If I can use the factory flange, which I think is going to be the best option, I gotta go to a junkyard to pick it up. I can probably squeeze that flange into this flange and have it fit pretty darn good with the stock S-pipe. But overall, guys, the fitment is good, and I'm pretty sure this is going to sound pretty nice, calm, and still give us flow benefits considering this is a bigger diameter piping.
Don't call Peter, like the Griffins with the lowest with the Peter. I could possibly be smoking gasoline. I cannot go with the Nina. 8 rounds in the 45 and go down. 8 rounds in the 45 and go down. 8 rounds in the 45.
Alright, from the bottom we got the factory pipe welded to this 2-inch exhaust from the SI. We threw in the bunk here, just it's not wired into anything, just hanging out here just to block off the gases from escaping. And yeah, we're going out straight out. So I'm curious how deleting the factory catalytic converter is gonna sound with a Catless header. As you can see, there's no cat in here, just a straight pipe. What I really like about this specific model, which I'll link in the description below, is the fact that this elbow right over here is a cast elbow. So it's not pipe, right? It's not your thin wall pipe tubing. It's not mandrel bent. It's actually a cast steel, cast whatever part. And the beauty of cast is it takes on the shape really well. Welds on this piece look phenomenal. Looks like it was TIG welded really well. I like the flow. Looks like they did a pretty good job, and even they welded, as you can see, the insides, so you get that extra durable leak-proof finish. Currently I'm not ready to install this pipe yet on the R18, but it will be going on shortly, probably in the next couple of videos when we get some more time. We're going to be dropping the factory cat, replacing it with this pipe, and doing some testing. We're gonna test whether or not you guys can throw this on your 8th gen Civic without the cat, obviously, and see if there's gonna be any check engine lights. That's the main thing I want to establish with this for the R18. Are we gonna get a check engine light? And if we do, how are we gonna deal with that? I have some ideas in mind already, but we'll get there when we get there. The other thing I want to check is, I don't have Honda anymore for this vehicle, but we can still check a few parameters using a OBD2 scanner, and then we can compare those parameters from when it was stock with the cat, and then how do those parameters look when we went catless. Let's talk about the sponsor of today's video and the OBD2 scanner we have. Alright guys, so this is the sponsor of today's video. It is an OBD2 scanner device that plugs in to your OBD2 port, and you can view all your data on your phone. So it's quick, easy, efficient, and we're gonna go through some of these functions, such as full diagnostics, full OBD2 functions, scans automatically. This is what I'm interested in, is the bi-directional control, so you can send signals to specific sensors and make sure they're responding correctly. And you got live data, which again is what we're going to be using, supported by Android and iOS. So let's plug it in and let's take a look. So this is the device, really nice small packaging. So we're going to plug it into the OBD2. So you want to download this app on your phone to be able to use all the options. So once you guys have downloaded everything, again, you can do your auto scans, go into the OBD2 port, diagnostic, there's special functions. You're going to have to download a lot of tools. As you can see, I'm pending 110 downloads. And there's also like smog testing you can do, mill status reporting. So it's got pretty good features, and I like the fact that you can just plug the small device in and have everything on your phone. So let's do this auto scan right now and see what it comes up with. As you can see, engine, transmission, body control, airbags, seat weight sensors, ABS, everything turns out great. Alright, so this is the live data sector, and what I really want to look at is the long-term and short-term fuel trims. So let's go ahead. As you can see, there are so many things you can monitor live. It's more than you can ever use. But that's great, because if you need it, you have it. You know what I mean? Alright guys, so in conclusion, give me a couple weeks to install this. We'll test it out. We'll compare the fuel trims before and after. We'll check if the check engine light turns on. We'll check if there's any errors running a catless header on a R18. And again, if we do come across issues, I'll document that, and we'll try to find a resolution without any kind of software, right? We're not going to be doing any tuning software on this. We're just going to try to do it so anybody else that wants to slap on a catless header will see the pros and cons. All right, and if you guys are interested in the diagnostic OBD tool, this is it. I'll have links in the description probably for both of these items. And again, cool little tool. The only downside I would say is that if you have an old phone and you want to download every single tool option, it's going to eat up a lot of your battery. So if you have a new phone, that shouldn't be a problem. I have a iPhone 10 or 12, so I'm ways behind, and this takes up a lot of battery life or storage. This takes up a lot of storage life. But other than that, cool little tool, gives you a great variety of tools that you can use for your diagnostic needs.
I ain't here for the money.